Hello friends, back again. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a very special video where I talk about the history of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Monster Hunter Generations was already an absolutely massive game. We got so much more. We got massive amounts of content. We got a save data transfer from Generations to the 3DS and even to the Switch in the States. We got G-Rank. We got a genuine transmog system. We got new deviants, new monsters, a new pub, new styles, new arts. There's just so much in this game. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, or in Japan, it was known as Monster Hunter Double Cross, and Monster Hunter Generations was actually known as Monster Hunter Cross. This game was released in Japan March 18, 2017 on the 3DS, and August 25th, 2017 on the Switch. It got its worldwide release August 28th, 2018. Which, if you know your history a little bit, which is why you're here, Monster Hunter World actually came out on the PlayStation and Xbox January 26, 2018. So we actually didn't get Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate in the West until after Monster Hunter World had already come out, which is a little strange for Western players because it was kind of like we're going backwards a little bit, which we were. Not to mention the wait for that game was absolutely painful. Well, not as much after World came out, but before that it was. And I still wanted it. Everyone still wanted it, even after World came out, which is why it got brought over. So with the success of Monster Hunter Generations, Capcom did what we know they love to do. They gave us a G-Rank expansion. But not only that, they took this game, which was at like 480p on the 3DS, and they made it look gorgeous. They gave it a full upscale 1080p, well, 720p if you're in handheld on Switch, but they gave this thing a glow up. The game looks so much better on the Switch. It's like night and day. Like I said before, this game has an absolute shit ton of content, and Monster Hunter Generations already had a ton of content, so they made sure that we were able to transfer our save data from Generations on the 3DS to Generations Ultimate on the Switch. Alright, because the last video was very long, I didn't really have time to cover all of the information about the hub, so let's quickly talk about the Hunter's Hub and Prep area in Burna. Here you can take on low and high rank quests as well as challenge quests and arena quests. Challenge quests must be downloaded. You can also take on special permit quests once you've reached a high enough HR and met certain requirements. The prep area is also extremely nice. It means you don't have to leave the gathering hub when you'd like to change your equipment. You don't have to go back to your house. It also has a spot for you to save, which is really nice. Once you get far enough in the story for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, you'll have access to the Soratorium. The Soratorium is basically your home away from home on your adventure out past the 4 villages that you stayed at. Once you make it to G-Rank, you will have access to the Hunter's Pub, which is next to the Soratorium. The pub is essentially your new hub, but is for specifically G-Rank quests. This is very similar to the Hunter's Hub. You also have access to low and high rank, but you gain access to G-Rank quests. G-Rank quests are always scaled for multiplayer, even while offline, so do keep that in mind. In the pub, you'll find the Mustress. With her, you can take coins and exchange them for various items. You'll get horn coins as rewards from G-Rank quests. You can also talk to her to change the music that plays in the pub. Once you've made it far enough in the village quests, you'll also have access to the Soratorium Lab. The Soratorium Lab has a couple different features, all of which are brand new to the series, starting with the Provision Division. You can request supplies to be delivered during quests known as supply drops. This can come in handy if you need extra traps or running something solo when you run out of max potions or something. They usually come out after about 10 minutes into a hunt or once you perform a gesture. You also have to order a new supply drop for each quest individually. You can get more than just supplies here. You can also do armor fusion, which is the genuine transmog system of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. This allows you to fuse two armor pieces, giving you the abilities from one and the look of the other. It costs Zenny and fusion materials and the two armor pieces. You can also separate the armor at any time, but you won't get the Zenny or materials back. Free DLC has always been a thing in Monster Hunter, and this game was no exception. This game has a plethora of downloadable content. Many quests are just waiting to be downloaded, all for free. Not only can you get armors from totally random video game series, not just from Capcom, but from all sorts of things, like even Legend of Zelda. You can get stuff from a ton of different collaborations, all free, but you can also get things like additional palicos, additional item sets, and other small extras like special titles and guild card backgrounds. Did I say free? Yeah, because they're free. Okay, let's talk about the monsters of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. They actually only added in 2 new monsters, unless you count deviants. But the 2 new monsters that they added in were absolute bangers. Let's talk about the deviants first. The new deviants of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate are Bloodbath Diablos, Bolt Reaver Astalos, Elder Frost Gameth, Nightcloak Malfestio, Rust Razor Centaur, and Soul Seer Mizutsune. There were 2 flagships of this game, which are Bloodbath Diablos and the brand new Elder Dragon Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, aka Valstrax. Valstrax is probably one of the coolest monsters ever. So for them really to only give us 2 new monsters, I think we're all right, because Valstrax is an absolute slammer. Not to mention, next up was the last boss of the game, and it was just as cool as Valstrax. The OG Wirebug main, Autel Ka. Let's move on to some combat changes for Monster Hunter GU. Prowler mode goes beast mode, if you will. In other words, there's a new type of cat, which is a beast cat. It can turn on this beast mode, and once that is active, if you hit the monster with your finishing attack, it's like the longsword. You will actually gain a level. This gives you different bonuses the more you level it up. Level 1 gives you free knockback protection, level 2 gives you an affinity boost, and level 3 puts you in SP mode, reducing the consumption for all of your skills. SP mode? What is SP mode? Well, that is a great question. SP mode is actually a new feature in Monster Hunter GU. SP mode is also known as Style Power-Up mode. SP is actually attached to different hunter arts. SP arts give hunters SP mode, and depending on which style you're using, the SP mode affects your hunter or palico differently. If you are rockin' guild style, you can use items faster, like potions and traps. If you're in striker style, your arts continue to build up even when you're not attacking a monster. Aerial style uses less stamina for vaults and jumps. Adept style gives you a bigger window to evade and guard. And Valor style, you gain your Valor mode faster. Also, Alchemy style increases your gauge faster for more alchemy moves. Valor and Alchemy? What are those? Well, yes indeedy. We got 2 new hunting styles in Monster Hunter GU, Valor style and Alchemy style. Valor style allows you to evade monsters while sheathing. Your sheathing animation is sort of longer for each weapon, but if you are hit during the sheathing animation, you will sheath your weapon but also evade the attack at the exact same time. You also work on filling your Valor gauge the entire time, and once it's filled, many of your moves change, and for argument's sake, they get better. Alchemy style... Yeah, who the f knows what Alchemy style is? No, I'm just kidding, I did the research for you guys. Alchemy style... Wait, what the f is it? Alchemy style, you have a meter which has tick marks, and each tick mark allows you to charge your alchemy barrel, and the more you charge it, the different items/abilities you have access to, such as this fireball, things like earplugs, and even sonic bombs. It's very much a support class. Finally, let's talk about the amount of content in this game as far as monster count, and it is off the charts. The number of large monsters in Monster Hunter Double Cross is 93. That's 22 more monsters than Monster Hunter Generations. They added a ton of monsters, a lot of fan favorites, and they even fixed up some fights like Leo Shenlong. For reference, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate had 75 large monsters, which content-wise was the largest game before Monster Hunter Generations. Well, friends, that is all I got for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a damn good one. Happy hunting, friends.